tell you a story. It's called Peter and the Wolf, a symphonic fairy tale for children, in which its characters are represented by different instruments. Two lightweight and delicate birds with refined feathers, a dog with a white beak and webbed feet, a vain cat, the wise and old grandpa who's constantly worried about Peter, the wolf with its sharp teeth and claws, Peter, the hero of the story, and the hunters tracking in the forest and shooting their shotguns. One early morning, Peter got out of his house and headed to the big meadow. There were two beautiful little birds sitting on a tree branch. It's peaceful all around, it's peaceful all around, they tweeted to each other. Things were in fact very peaceful. At that moment, the dog appeared, carrying itself in the usual way. She was glad Peter left the door open after leaving his house. The dog headed to a deep pond in the middle of the meadow, as she loved to swim. The little bird saw the duck and flew down from the tree to get closer to the duck. The youngest and most sociable little bird said, "What kind of bird are you if you cannot fly?" In turn, The duck said, "What kind of bird are you if you cannot swim?" The conversation turned into an argument. They argued and argued. While arguing, the ducks splashed in the pond, and the little birds hopped angrily at the edge of the pond. Suddenly, something caught Peter's attention. A cat hidden behind the grass, watching the duck and the bird arguing. The cat thought to himself, "These birds are too busy arguing. They are probably an easy catch." Following its instincts, the cat walked closer to his prey and got its sharp claws ready. "Beware!" cried Peter. The birds flew away right on time. The duck stayed in the pond, not without angrily quacking at the cat. The cat did not give up, and while looking at the little birds up in the branches, he thought, "I wonder if climbing up the tree is worth it. The little birds are probably going to fly away before I catch them." Eventually, he decided to prowl around the tree, with the hope of having a prey in his hand sometime soon. Meanwhile, Peter's grandfather came out of the house, worried for Peter's safety. He did not like Peter to go out of the meadow. It's not a safe place for him. There are wolves. He found Peter, and well, Peter did not have anything to say to his grandfather. He was not afraid of wolves, but arguing with his grandpa was out of the picture. The grandfather took Peter home and locked the door. A hungry wolf came out from the nearby dark forest. The cat saw the wolf coming and nervously ran towards the tree and climbed it. Now the dog was frightened too and jumped out of the pond. The wolf saw the duck coming out of the pond, which made it even easier to catch. The wolf did not hesitate to run towards her. He was closer and closer to his prey. The duck ran as fast as she could, but the wolf easily ate her in one bite. The cat and the birds were sitting on the same tree, but on different branches. They were not too close to each other, as their friendship has never been too strong. voracious eyes and hungry jaws, waiting to devour either of the animals on the tree. Peter, who had spent all thought to himself, aha! The wolf wants to eat either the cat or the little bird. Let's make this a double game. I will catch him. Peter went to his room to find a strong rope, and off he went to catch the wolf. He managed to climb the tree and get up on one of the branches. Peter said in a whispering voice, "Help me by being a good bird. Hover around the wolf's head to keep him busy and confused for a few seconds. But beware, don't get too close. It's dangerous." The little birds did as they were told and quickly hovered around the wolf's head. They were almost touching the wolf. The wolf jumped several times and tried to get the birds off him. It didn't work, of course. The birds were persistent. The wolf angrily ground his teeth and tried to catch the birds, but again, he failed. In the meantime, Peter firmly grabbed his rope with both hands. Peter hooked the wolf's tail with the rope and strongly tugged on him. Done! The wolf has been catched from its tail. He jumped, wildly, and tried to escape. But before he could do that, Peter tied the other side of the rope to the tree. The more the wolf shook, the tighter the rope became. eventually shut their shotguns. Stop shooting, cried Peter. The birds and I have caught the wolf. Help us carry the wolf to the zoo. That the triumphal procession began. Peter led the crowd, followed by the hunters carrying the wolf. Who wondered, what if Peter hadn't caught the wolf? And on top of the crowd flew the little birds. They were proud of themselves. Look at what Peter and Alice have caught, they tweeted proudly. Attention, please. Did you wonder what actually happened to the duck? Well, the duck was able to escape from the wolf. The wolf mistakenly ate a stone, thinking it was the duck. And she decided to come back to the meadow when she found out the wolf was finally caught.
todos hicimos un gran esfuerzo. Hay que darle un gran aplauso a cada niño, cada estudiante de todos. Por favor, un aplauso a Lupi, y Rebeca. Vengan por acá, por favor. Que se les pueda. Señor. Y un aplauso también para las profesoras que nos ayudaron, nos apoyaron de gran manera.